Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, March 15th, 2025, about 8:20 in the morning. So I've been waiting to make this video, but here's what happened. Um, we're trying to decide whether to sign the continuing resolution, which again was not just a continuing resolution. It wasn't just more of the same. What the Republicans have tried to pass here is basically allowing a constitutional crisis, given that the president does not have spending power, but the resolution that Republicans put forward gives that power to the president for like the next 6 months, which is fucking stupid. Good to go. There were 10 Democrats that voted to censure Al Green. We're going to talk about those 10. There are 10 Democrats that, and there were 10 Democrats who voted to keep the government open under this, what again was supposed to be a continued resolution. It was not supposed to be new legislation. It wasn't supposed to be anything new. Good to go, but there is. Okay. And I want to urge you to download the 5Calls app. And when someone tells you, for example, don't call us, call across the aisle, that's when you know you need to be calling them directly. First of all, there's no leadership in the Democratic Party. Chuck Schumer's a shit leader, and Hakeem Jeffries, when asked, is it time for new leadership in the Democratic Party, said next question. He ain't it either. He's just trying to keep his nose clean long enough to slide into that spot. I think that's AOC's spot. Here we go. But I want to talk about the 10 Senate Democrats that helped Republicans advance a GOP-crafted stopgap spending bill. Okay, this is from the Hill. Good to go? So obviously, if you live in New York, you got to reach out and get in the face of Chuck Schumer. You got to make sure he knows. You got to get in front of Dick Durbin from Illinois. Make sure he fucking knows. That means you got to call them. You got to write them letters, send them emails. You got to find out where they are, where they're speaking. And you got to ask them, what the fuck were you thinking? Okay? Same thing with Catherine Cortez Masto out of Nevada, Maggie Hassan out of New Hampshire, John Fetterman out of Pennsylvania, Gary Peters out of Michigan, Brian Schatz out of Hawaii, Kristen Gillibrand out of New York, Jian Shaheen out of New Hampshire, Angus King out of Maine, who's an independent who caucuses with Democrat, voted to advance the measure. Okay, I'm making sure I'm telling you, like, I don't think that, you don't see me making content aiming at the right or Trumpers, right? You don't see me doing that. They're not the target. They're a victim, right? They're all bought and paid for by Russia. Good to go. And a lot of these fucking Democrats are bankrolled by AIPAC, Israeli money. So when you see bullshit going on, you gotta start doing your research. And I want to talk about the 10 Democrats that voted to censure Al Green, because it wasn't the same 10 people. So again, want to make sure we talk about Amy Bera out of California, Ed Case out of Hawaii, Jim Costa out of California, Lauren Gillen out of New York, Marie Glusenkamp Perez out of Washington, I'm guessing that's Washington State, Jim Hines out of Connecticut, Chrissy Houlihan out of Pennsylvania, Marcy Kaptur out of Ohio, Jared Moskowitz out of Florida, and Tom Suozzi out of New York. Those 10 Democrats, we need letters written to. We need phone calls made to. We need offices stood in front of and know, what the fuck are you thinking censuring Al Green? And there's going to be people out there that are like trying to tell me we're playing politics. Bro, y'all playing bullshit. Y'all playing bullshit giving tax breaks to billionaires because they're your masters. I want to make sure I say it out loud. Democrats and Republicans are two sides of the same coin. They call it the aisle. The aisle. They both got the same fucking masters, billionaires, big money. There's a reason. There's a reason that everything happens. A lot of people are saying cowardice. A lot of people are saying these fucking politicians are fucking scared and they're being threatened. If you're scared, go to church, Get out of fucking politics. Mum is not the word here. We are long past sitting on our hands and not saying anything, voting, advancing this bullshit fucking measure, right, is a terrible mistake by those 10 Democrats. Censuring of Al Green. They didn't censor Marjorie Taylor Greene when she fucking wore a MAGA hat and booed fucking Joe Biden. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are we doing this? And then people are going to say, oh, they censored Al Green because it was like a slap on the hand, kind of gets him out of the way off of Donald Trump's radar, and he's the one leading the impeachment charge against Donald Trump. Motherfucker, anybody could be doing that. Anybody could be doing that. This isn't, we have we have a leadership crisis within the Democratic Party. We are being led by poor leadership. Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, trash. Not being a cohesive team and unit, trash. Not all voting the same way, trash. And the fact that there's just 10, there's a small minority, just 10% of Democrats that's doing this, and it's not the same people, tells me we're not pressuring these people enough. We're not calling them enough. We're not emailing them enough. We're not, hey, stop fucking donating money to the Democratic Party until they start listening. Until they start working for the American people. I'm starting the American Socialist Party. I will not be working with Democrats or Republicans. Pre-election. We could talk about what happens once somebody gets elected. But the bottom line is this: we no longer have a party in this country that is pro-union, pro-equality, and pro-worker, pro-education, right? We don't have that anymore. We have pro-Russia and pro-capitalism. That's what we have here. And I don't know about you. I've always been very good at what I've done, whatever job it is. Best in business. Good to go. And it always seems like I'm not getting paid enough. Despite my income, my annual average income going up over time, right? And I just want you to know, like, I don't care how much money you make. If you're watching this, you're poor. You're poor. Good to go. So what's happening on Capitol Hill is not advantageous for you. Donald Trump's proposed tax breaks only affect, I hate to say that, the 1%. It's not really true. It affects about 8% of fucking earners in the United States. But you have to make like $360,000 a year to not get hit. Hey, that's a very small portion of people. I can think off the top of my head of one person that makes that money that I know. And I like to think I have a pretty substantial group of friends, right? So the bottom line is this. You got to start looking for the American Socialist Party. Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook. I've created those accounts and those groups. You got to go follow them, right? I'll try to get more content up on them, but you got to understand, I work full time. I host a daily live podcast. I'm working with a limited amount of time that I have every day to do anything. Good to go. And people are asking, like, how can we help? You've got to let me get to a position where I can go. First of all, let me back up. I was going to get it over with. I was going to go get a tax ID. I was going to get a bank account at a credit union. And I'm dead ass. I got on their website, started to open an account at a credit union. And one of the questions it asked up front, are you politically involved? And that was Indiana Members Credit Union. And I could not have noped out of that fucking faster. None of your, like, obviously if we're going to call it the American Socialist Party, whatever. But the fact that that's like on an application to open a fucking an account at a credit union. And for the record, if you go to like, go to your bank, tell me you want to open a bank account separate from yours, not tied to yours at all. And it's for the American Socialist Party. It's for a political party. That's a challenge. Go to a bank or credit union, see if you can open a bank account. I'm telling you, we are not actually, but we're kind of trapped in a two-party system until we break out, until people realize, like, I can't do this shit anymore. I can't hold their water. And you know what I was really gonna say? If it was the same 10 Democrats, you just vote them dumbasses out. It ain't even the same 10. They're not working together. They're not cold and calculated, playing the opposition party against the fascist regime. They're fucking scared. They've been playing scared. Again, I'll say it. If you're scared, go to fucking church. Get the fuck out of politics because you're fucking all the regular folk up. Good to go. My friends are hurting. And these Democrats, here's the thing that I don't see from them. I don't see empathy from you. I don't see you coming out of these meetings, running to a camera, saying I empathize greatly with the people that are going to be affected by these policies. And I'm working as hard as I can to find a way to get, for example, the Mahmoud that got, I can't remember his last name, I'm sorry. He got fucking, I want to say evicted in my head, but that's literally not what happened. He got arrested by somebody in plain clothes without a badge. I've been telling people, don't just let yourself get arrested. If you're under arrest, if there's a warrant for you, go turn yourself in at the police station so that you don't get assaulted by a police officer. And fuck the police, fuck 12, too. Make sure I say it with my full chest. How the fuck is Donald Trump gonna take money from police unions and y'all go stand in front of Teslas? I don't understand. You know how broken your brain has to be to see Donald Trump dismantle fucking unions, and the police unions what gives fucking police officers qualified immunity, right? So Donald Trump's dismantling your union. He's taking money from you, and y'all are gonna go stand in front of a Tesla and guard it with your life? Are you fucking crazy? You see, I feel like I live in the fucking Twilight Zone. Every day when I wake up, I gotta talk about a bunch of elected officials making stupid fucking decisions, right? And like the hardcore reality is, the more I think about it, like you can't trust any of these people. Any of these people. Because at any point they could say something, it could blow them up on social media, and they profit off that. They make money off that. Investors come to them, ooh, you're hot right now. And that's what's going to end up happening. Is it's you think the idiocracy's bad now. Just wait until ooh, I just had a fucking thought. Just wait until the Democratic Party fucks Pete Buttigieg out of being the Democratic presidential candidate and chooses somebody like Gavin Newsom, who on his first fucking podcast had Charlie Kirk, who found common ground with them. We don't need that shit. We don't need that shit. If you're in bed with Russia, you're a traitor. You're acting on their behalf, you're a fucking traitor. I don't want nothing for you. I don't want nothing from you. I don't want to talk to you. And there aren't that many of you. Remember, I told you this. While all your elected officials are bending the fucking knee. Remember, I told you this. A social media firm did an audit of Donald Trump and Elon Musk's social media profiles pre-election, and 90% of their following was bots. The ones that once your profile gets big enough, hey, you can increase your following. You can buy followers. Yeah, they keep buying followers. They just kept buying followers over time. So they're far less popular than they actually think. And so if you're an elected official in the United States and you're getting death threats and violent threats of violence, it's probably from a bot. And you're just a pussy. That's real life. Like, I'm just letting you know now. They've identified the fucking 10% of their total following. Let's say they have 60 million followers combined, and only 10% of those are real. That means that there are like 6 million people that actually exist, that actually follow them, which is a very small amount of people with respect to the United States, which is 334 million people large. So just like I told you, and I make sure I tell everyone, they're not nearly as popular as they think they are. Not even close. Why give them the time of day? Why act like they're anything? Fuck, I push fucking Donald Trump down. Shit, I'll beat Elon Musk up while Donald Trump watches. What are we talking about? Why are you afraid of them? We have a missile defense system. All elected officials have a security. What the fuck do you mean you're scared? You have a 6-figure fucking job. You live in a nice gated community. Scared of what? Have a good day.